لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك
وأذن في الناس بالحج يأتوك رجالا وعلى كل ضامر يأتين من كل فج عميق وأتموا الحج والعمرة لله فإن
إلهنا ما أعدلك مليك كل من ملك لبيك قد لبيت لك لبيك إن الحمد لله.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this is Bashir Mustafa from Labaykhajj, Canada, greeting you. We are here in Dhul Hulayfa, the Miqat of Ahlul Medina. We're talking about Ihram. We're gonna get to Ihram when, where, and how, inshallah. We're going to answer those in this episode, those three questions. When? The Miqat, the timing of the Miqat. Of course, for Umrah, it is any time during the year you can do your Ihram. For Hajj, it is, of course, after there is Al-Hajj Ashhur Ma'lumat, as Allah says. So from Shawwal until Dhul Hijjah, you can do your, that's the timing where you can do your niyyah or your ihram for Hajj. If you come in, like for example, early people, they used to come, for example, coming to Shawwal, do their Umrah, and as a tamattu', then they wait for Hajj and they go. Nowadays, we came usually about a week, 2 weeks before Hajj. We do our ihram for Umrah as a mutamattu' from Afaqi. That's what's the type of Hajj we do when we come from Canada or from outside of Saudi Arabia. Okay, now it is where? This is Dhul Hulayfa. Dhul Hulayfa is the Miqat of Ahlul Medina, and the people coming through it, through the Medina. It's located in the southern part of Medina, in a place, it's called Wadi al-Aqiq, the valley of Aqiq. And it is a blessed valley, as mentioned in the hadith, that Jibril came to the Prophet ﷺ, and he told him, you are in a blessed valley, perform 2 rak'ah. That's Prophet ﷺ, he used to perform 2 rak'ah in Wadi al-Aqiq, as advised by Jibril alayhi salam. So there is many hadiths on that. So we'll go with maybe one or two. عن عكرمة عن ابن عباس عن عمر رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أتاني الليل آت من ربي وهو بالعقيق أنصل في هذا الوادي المبارك. That is narrated عن ابن عباس عن عمر, that Prophet ﷺ, he said, angel Jibreel, he came to me in this blessed wadi, and he said, pray in this wadi. Indeed, this is a blessed wadi, it's Wadi al-Aqiq. So, and Prophet, he performed this type of thing. Jazakumullah khair. This is where located, southern of Medina, and you cannot pass this point if you intention to do Hajj or Umrah without taking your Ihram. How you take Ihram, we're going to get to it.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
So we are now we went through what's the place, when, then how you do your ihram. Of course, as we explained before in the book of Hajj, before you start your ihram is a state, it is not a clause. It refers to the clause in certain places, yeah, that's it's okay, but it's a state of entering the state of ihram. Before you enter the state of ihram, we said basically you have to prepare yourself for it, to perform sunan al-fitra, as we mentioned. Then when you come here, you can do your ghusl, and there is beautiful facilities you can do that. If you can see, the facilities is being done to facilitate performance of ghusl and natural needs. So you can, for the women, there is sections, and there are men also they have their own section.
Here, as you see, the facility in Dhul Hulayfa, which is Miqat al-Medina, here men they can perform their ghusl, preparing for ihram. So you can have your ghusl, and you put your clothes of ihram. Before you doing your putting your clothes, you can do perfume, as we said, in your body and in your hair. Then you proceed to the masjid, the musalla of Dhul Hulayfa, and you perform 2 rak'ah, as Jibreel came to the Prophet ﷺ, and he ordered him to perform 2 rak'ah in this blessing valley. Here is the masjid, so you perform the 2 rak'ah for ihram, or you can do it as a sunnah of after wudu, or you can do it as a prayer, whether that's Zuhr or Asr or any further prayer, and you start your process of ihram.
Then how? After you do your ghusl, you can put perfume, oil perfume, on your body and your hair, your beard. I'm talking about men. A woman, they cannot do perfume, of course, and women, they wear their regular clothes, which is Islamic clothes, covering all their body except the hands when they are muhrim, and the face, of course. Men, they have to wear the clothes of ihram, which is, we call them ihram, 2 white pieces. Any color is fine in general, but we encourage it by the Prophet ﷺ to wear the white clothes, as he indicated and mentioned it. Wear the white clothes and كفنوا بها موتاكم, and make it as a kafan for your dead. So we have those one. We prepare ourselves for ihram, and then you move to next step of ihram, like the preparation of ihram, you physically and spiritually. Now we're going to how you perform the next step of ihram.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Now how you enter the state of ihram. You did your preparation of ihram, you did your sunan al-fitra, you did your ghusl, you put your clothes, come out of the washroom facility, for example, then it is the masjid is here. So you can go to the masjid, perform 2 rak'ah, sunnatul ihram, or it can be done also as fard. If it is fard time, you pray in Zuhr or Asr, it's also count as sunnah or the salah for ihram. So you can be doing it separately if it is not the time of Zuhr or fard time. So you can perform 2 rak'ah as after your ghusl, your wudu, it's counted as performing like sunnah for tahara, wudu, or sunnah for tawaf. Then when you do that, you go to your vehicle, your method of transportation, and you declare your before you declare in your talbiyah, you declare in your intention. And in this regard, this is the only place in Islam you declare in your ibadah, like labbaik Allahumma bi umratin, aw labbaik Allahumma bi hajjin, aw labbaik Allahumma bi umratin fi hajj. Then those kind of thing, it is not required in any other worship. For example, if you pray in Fajr or Zuhr or something like that, you don't have to say Allahu Akbar, I'm praying Zuhr 2 rak'at, or praying like Fajr 2 rak'at in this day and stuff like that. It's not required. It is in heart. The niyyah, the intention, it is in your heart, even for Hajj and Umrah. Here from the Sunnah, just to declare the type of nusuk that you are about to perform. So, labbaik Allahumma bi umratin. Oh Allah, I perform in Umrah for you, or oh Allah, I am here to perform a Hajj for you. That's how you declare your nusuk. Then when you can also do a conditional. You can say فَاللَّهُمَّ لَبَّيْكَ اللَّهُمَّ بِعُمْرَةٍ. Oh Allah, I intention to do Umrah for you. I am about to do Umrah for you. If you prevent me, or if something prevent me from completing my Umrah or my Hajj, so فَمَحَلِّي مَا حَبَسْتَنِي. So release me from whenever that happen, or whenever that's happened. For example, if you became sick, or you became prevented for any reason to perform your nusuk, to continue to do it, then it is okay. You can just take your ihram off and you go. You don't have to do it. But if you don't put it conditionally, you have to come again and do the nusuk another time. So when you write your transportation, wherever you come here, Zul Hulayfa, whether you're going by car or buses, when you go with a group, I guess you're taking a bus, then when you are on your bus, then you start your talbiyah. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. So the talbiyah started when you did all those steps before, you ride your bus, then you start your talbiyah. Oh Allah, I am here for you. Oh Allah, there is no partner you have. Oh Allah, I'm worshiping you. So the meaning of talbiyah, think about it. Think about the meaning of the talbiyah. It is full of tawheed. It is full of ikhlas to Allah Ta'ala. You're doing this for Allah and Allah alone, as He asks you or as He order you. وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. So you perform in the Hajj or Umrah and Umrah for Allah and Allah alone, not to be called Haji, not to be showing off. It is for Allah, and Allah alone, He will reward you. So be aware of that and make your intention pure for Allah. This is not a place for show off. Absolutely. If you, of course, like, there is a lot of stuff, like, people say, oh, Haji and stuff like that, but don't pay attention to it. Your intention is in your heart and Allah, and try to make it pure and pure.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
So when you enter in the ihram, we said ihram is a state. It is not a clothes that you wear and that's it. So you have to come with the package of what ihram is. Ihram is a set of actions you cannot perform while you are in a state of ihram. In general, you come into Allah Ta'ala, you have to His house, you have to, whenever even you go to a person's house, like your friend or relative, so you go by their rule, right? He will ask you to stay or to sit where you sit. He will place you, he will feed you, you don't have a choice over there. Like, I mean, you don't, pick and choose. I want to do this, or I want to sit in this room or that room. We are in a host mercy. Here is the same thing. You come into Allah Ta'ala and you're doing the Hajj and Umrah for Allah. Then Allah Ta'ala, He put, and His Messenger, He legislates certain rules in order to save you and to perform this type of ibadah. In general, stay away from making any disobedient to Allah Ta'ala. Disobedient to Allah Ta'ala. Other stuff, like, we mentioned it in the book of Hajj. For example, you are not allowed to kill animals, hunt, plant a tree, performing marriage, talking about marriage, having sexual intercourse with your wife, and all these things. Also, you see this sign. If you are one of those, may Allah make you from this point and on stop and stay away from harming yourself, first of all, and harming others. Because all this, you may think it's small, and it is ikhtilaf, this opinion, like different opinion of the scholar, but you know it yourself. It's harmful, and whatever is harmful, you have to stay from it. Don't harm yourself, don't waste your time, don't harm other people's health also, because when you smoke, you don't smoke yourself, you smoke yourself, and people around you also get affected by that chemical you produce into the air. So stay away from that. This is one of the things, you have to stop it, and may Allah make it easy for you from this point, and promise Allah Ta'ala to make you stay from all evil thing. And then you start your talbiyah. Talbiyah loudly. The Sahaba, they used to do the talbiyah loudly until they reach Mecca. Then any stone, tree, bird, any object, he will witness, he will do the talbiyah with you. He will repeat the talbiyah with you, and it will be a witness in a day of judgment for you in this type of ibadah. So don't be, what they call it, like, don't be miser on raising your voice in a talbiyah. So as much as you can, it's a good, it's encourageable by the Prophet ﷺ. And the Sahaba, they used to say, they do the talbiyah like loudly until when they reach Mecca, already their voice is kind of, gone. But of course, for our sisters, they don't have to do it loudly. They will do it moderately, especially if it is a group. So they can do it as much as, not loudly, not to be like, heard like other heard in them. So this is all about talbiyah, and all about the ihram, from the place, from how you do it, from what the sunan with it.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Then I'm just gonna do it quick reminder. The place, it is Dhul Hulayfa. Dhul Hulayfa is Miqat Ahl al-Madina, is the farthest place, is the farthest Miqat or boundary of for the Hajj or Umrah. It is pointed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to people of Medina and people coming through them, through the Medina. Is a blessing located in the southern part of Medina, is in a valley of Aqiq, is a blessed valley. Angel Jibril, he came and ordered Prophet ﷺ to pray in this blessed valley. Then how you do your ihram with preparation before, of course, of the Sunan al-Fitra. Then you do your ghusl, you do your perfuming, your clothes, your hair as a man, woman, like just to ghusl with no perfume. Then you wear your ihram. Then you do your sunan to pray 2 rak'ah or zuhr or asr, whatever the time of fard came, you can do it, or you do just 2 rak'ah. That's what it's supposed to be. Then you write your vehicle, your bus. You do your declaration of the nusuk. You can do a conditional one, and then you start your talbiyah. Do your talbiyah until you reach Mecca. For men loudly, and then for women moderately, and then think about the talbiyah and think about this is your journey to Allah Ta'ala, and if this is your time to go, you will be coming to Allah Ta'ala as a mulabbi, as in ihram. So make sure you be with Allah. Make sure you focus on that. Make sure you be clean spiritually, because from now on you are a guest of Allah. Then respect the host, respect his rules, respect his policy, stay away from whatever he dislike, not even from what he make it prohibited, haram. Whatever his dislike, you stay away from it. This is your host, and the host is generous, and doing this you will be forgiven, and the reward of the Hajj Mabrur is paradise, and paradise is the huge paradise. This is a goal. This is our goal. We came from there, and we wanna end up in paradise. Don't lose the track. Focus on that. There is a lot of, from now on is going to be a lot of challenges, especially if you're coming for Hajj. Remember, Hajj is jihad. So you have to be patient and patient and patient. We're going to go through a lot of stuff from the meaning of the Arafah, the day of Arafah, the day of like forgiveness, inshallah. The day of it meaning is also, it is sabr and ihtisab. So from now on, any hardship you face, give it to Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala will take care of it. Allah Ta'ala will reward you for it. Don't be distracted by those. Shaitan, he knows the reward of Hajj Mabrur is paradise, and he will try to use anything to distract you from getting that. So you're gonna listen to him, you're gonna allow him to distract you, or you're gonna stay fast in your track and be patient. What it is, the long trip from Medina to Mecca is in normal days it takes about 3 hours, 4 hours. In Hajj it takes about 10, 12. You are in ibadah. Keep reading your talbiyah, keep doing azkar, keep reading your Quran. Always you are in ibadah. It doesn't matter. You came here, you reach in Mecca in 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours. You are in ibadah, and you will be rewarded by Allah Ta'ala for that. Also watch for like backbiting and all this thing, or all the stuff you can see, and like, I mean, you compare Canada and here, like, why is this like that, why is not like that, the service and this and this and this. You came here not for the service, you came here to worship Allah Ta'ala. And whatever hardship you face now, if you ask the Hujjaj, they perform Hajj 20 years, 50 years, the time of the Prophet, and your grandfather and stuff like that, it is luxury now. You staying in a 5-star hotel, you have your air conditioning bus. People, they used to walk, they used to cook for themselves, they used to spend all the money they have in the road. Now you come in, everything is organized for you, and still shaitan make you complain, and and you think in your mind you deserve better. You are here slave of Allah. You are here, you came as a slave of Allah, and you going to Him, and you are indeed a slave of Allah, no matter what your status. All your status, your financial ability is done here. You here, you are a slave of Allah, like every single one, begging and asking forgiveness of Allah Ta'ala. May Allah accept your Hajj, may Allah accept your worship. That's the mentality you should come to perform this type of ibadah. Barakallahu feekum, jazakum Allah khair. This is your brother Bashir Mustafa from Labaykhajj.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
لا إله إلا الله الملك الحق المبين محمد رسول الله صادق الوعد الأمين. لا